Hey, you bleeding hearts out there, this is HeartTank64, and today we'll be talking about Magic the Gathering Combo in Theory. Today we'll be talking about Demon of Dark Schemes. It's a nice little card. It comes out in Kaladesh. It's not too hard to get, but it's pretty awesome. It's a little hefty, but not actually too bad, considering. It's 3 converted, 3 black. It's a 5/5 with flying, and it says, when Demon of Dark Schemes enters the battlefield, all other creatures get a -2/-2 until the end of the turn. So you can blow up a bunch of creatures, weak creatures. Especially in Kaladesh, you're going to have a lot of opponents that use a lot of token creatures, which will be really weak if they don't have any buffs for them. So it's pretty good, but you can blow up your own creatures accidentally as well. But if you do, it has a second ability which covers you, which says, whenever another creature dies, you get a energy counter. So basically, if you blow up your creatures and your opponent's creatures, you still get energy counters. Well, what's the point of the energy counters? Is that worth it? Yes, because its third effect says pay 2 converted, 1 black, and pay 4 energy. So that's kind of a big cost, but it says put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control tapped. So that means you can special summon basically a creature from your opponent's graveyard or your graveyard. That's amazing. But again, you have to pay 3 mana and 4 energy at the same time. But if you run a deck with a lot of energy counters, that won't be a problem with energy. That's only 4 energy. That's not that bad. But the mana could be a problem. But here's the cool thing about this. You could do this as many times as you want. It doesn't say tap this card. It doesn't say anything negative. It just says pay this cost, and then you can do this ability, this last ability. So if you have an abundance of mana and energy counters, you can summon a bunch of creatures. Who knows what you could do? You could summon multiples of Demon of Dark Schemes from your graveyard. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. But how do you get this out faster? Well, there's one card that I like that can truly get this out faster, and it's called Eldritch Evolution. Now, this card came out in Eldritch Moon, obviously, and it costs 1 converted, 2 green. And this is why you need to build a green-black deck just to play this card faster, and I'll show you why. So, if you don't know what this card does, it says an additional cost to cast this, you have to sacrifice a creature. You basically search your library for the converted mana cost of what that creature was for a creature with that much converted mana cost, plus 2. So let's say you sacrifice a creature with 2 converted mana costs, right? And it says plus 2. So that means you can search your deck for a creature with 4 converted mana cost or less and put it onto the field. That's pretty awesome. That's not that hard to do to get this out faster. And if you played with this in a deck, I would suggest maybe putting 3 of these in, because it's really easy to get them out with Eldritch Evolution. Just put like 2 or 3 Eldritch Evolutions in and 3 of these. You want multiples of these because of its first effect, where it gets the -2/-2, so you can keep blowing up stuff on the field and really give your opponent a bad day, and resurrect a bunch of times. Even though you only need 1 of them to resurrect a creature from the graveyard, because why would you need multiple? It's not like you have to tap this or anything. It's already built in. So, but it's the second effect would probably, I think they stack. I'm not sure. That's where the theory kicks in. Does it stack? Let me know in the comment section below. Does this stack if you have multiples of these on the field and a creature dies? Anyways, so okay, we have a way to get it out faster, but how do we get energy counters? Well, we have a bunch of creatures that give energy counters, especially green. Green in Kaladesh has a lot of creatures that give you energy counters. Like this, you pay 2, you basically put this onto the battlefield, you get 3 energies. That's pretty good, and there's many more in Kaladesh if you look for it. But of course, there's one other card, my favorite card from the set that I've talked about in my other videos, Panharmonicon. Now, this card obviously doubles any when it's put into play effect, and using this with this is going to be pretty good. That means all creatures get a -4/-4, which gives you the chance of blowing up even more stronger creatures, which you probably will do so. That's really good. Very good. And of course, if you want to use it with this or other creatures that say when they're put into play, you get some energy counters. That's a good way to do it too, to get more energy quicker. Now, There's other cards you can use, and like say if you don't have Panharmonicon or you got it destroyed or something, or you want to use something else. You do have, how do you say this? Decocation module? Oh, I feel like I butchered that name. If I did, let me know. But this card says when a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get a charge counter, or I'm sorry, energy counter. And its second effect says if you pay 4 converted, you tap this card, return target creature you control to your owner's hand. So it's a watered down version if you really want to get this back in your hand to play it again. If you have the mana, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's a kind of an afterthought. Maybe put 2 of these in there because it does give you energy counters and you can return stuff. And it could actually combo with Panharmonicon. Let's say if you run 3 of these and 2 of these, that shouldn't hurt. Really, it shouldn't. But there's some actual spells that combo with Demon of Dark Schemes. We have Die Young. It's from the same set of Kaladesh. It says choose target creature. You get 2 energy counters. Then you may pay any amount of energy counters. That creature gets a -1, -1 until the end of the turn for each one paid. So you can choose to keep those energy counters and not use its second effect, or you can just do both. It's up to you. There's a lot of obvious combos here with this and this, because he gives everyone a -2, -2, and then you could just apply this to get rid of a certain creature that you want to get rid of that still needs a little bit more damage, and boom. I mean, there's different combos you could do with this, again. But we also have Make Obsolete. Now, I don't really like the cost of it. It's not too bad. I mean, it's only 3, but it says your opponent's creatures get a -1, -1 till the end of the turn. You can combo that with Demon of Dark Schemes, and that's pretty good. I mean, other than this one targets one creature, and depending on how much you've paid, but this one just is all out -1, -1 to all your opponent's creatures. Not bad at all. But let's move on to the last card I have here, and that is Subtle Strike. I don't know why I thought I was going to say Subtle. Subtle Strike. It costs 1 converted, 1 black, so it's 2. It's an instant. It says choose 1 or both. Target creature gets a -1, -1 until the end of the turn. And you can put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. So you can get a +1/+1 counter on a creature and give a creature your opponent controls a -1, -1. So it kind of goes with Demon of Dark Schemes. It's not the best. I mean, honestly, this is a little bit better if you want to do more damage, but this gives you energy as well. But this gives you a +1/+1 counter, and it does the -1, -1 to opponent's creature. It's up to you how you want to build it. I'm just showing you some cards, and this is not everything. Again, there's more. Research this, please. I implore it. You need to go on Magic Gatherer. You need to go on websites that show you spoilers of the whole Kaladesh set, just to look at all the cards that just work with each other. That's the best way to find combos. You don't always have to hear it from people like me. It's amazing what you can find. I mean, I'll always find like one thing and just put 2 and 2 together and go crazy. Anyways, I'm sorry for the long video. This card has a lot of cards that can go with it. There's stuff I haven't even showed that could go with this, and I want you guys to find it, and I'm sure you guys will make a really amazing decks out of this card. Anyways, hope you liked this video. Subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later.